For us photographers, a camera is vital. But could it be that this essential bit of kit is the one thing that's holding you back? In this video, I'm going to share with you a very simple, practical task that will stop this and make you a better photographer. If, like me, you think that it's your camera that's holding you back, then what's the answer? Should we upgrade to a new camera or system? Or should we just give up photography altogether and take up, I don't know, painting? This is my trusty Nikon Z6, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Tom, it's obvious why you think this thing's holding you back. It's so last decade. Why haven't you upgraded to at least the Z6 II, or even the Z7 II? And wait a minute, the Z9's out now as well. But forget all of those, because you could get the Fuji GFX system, which has far more megapixels, giving you far more versatility and much better. I'm sorry, but people going on about how gear makes you a better photographer does tend to make me a tad sleepy. In all honesty, my Z6 does everything that I want it to do. It suits me as a photographer. I don't feel that more megapixels, more focus points, or some kind of AI would make me a better photographer. So does that mean that I have to give up photography altogether and pursue that new hobby? No, I don't think it does. To quote the famous French-born American photographer Elliott Erwitt, he said, "Photography is an art of observation. It's about finding something interesting in an ordinary place. It has little to do with the things that we see, and everything to do with the way that we see them." If you hadn't noticed, he doesn't even mention cameras at all here. It's all about observation, looking, using our eyes. In fact, the camera equipment that Erwitt used was mediocre compared to the beasts that we carry around with us these days. Yet his photographs are still living on and being admired almost a century later. That's because, and I'm sorry if I burst your bubble here if this is what you believed, but it doesn't necessarily matter what camera you use. Being a good photographer is about knowing what to photograph and when. And a 1.7 times larger than full frame camera sensor just isn't going to help you with that. The other week I took this shot. I think it's one of my favourite photographs I've made in some time. I just like the light, the shapes, the mood it creates, even the little detail of the petals on the windowsill. On the day I took this shot, I didn't have my camera with me. I was just out for a walk and I happened to call into this cafe, just as the light was in the position that it was, after the petals had fallen. This photograph that I like so much was taken just by chance, by instinct. My question is, would I have seen this if I'd had my Z6 around my neck, purposefully going out to make the next best photograph? Maybe I would, but the more pressure we put ourselves under to make photographs, the more panicked we become. We think, I've gone out to make photographs today, so I better come back with some bangers, or otherwise I'll have wasted my time. Because of this, we can be rushed into making bad decisions. We can be forced into hiding behind our camera's amazing built-in technology, or simply just ignore things in front of our faces in fear that it might not turn out the way that we would like it to. We've got to remember that our camera is simply a tool. It's our eyes that see a photograph and our brains that piece it together. The technology that we use is only going to determine the shape and size of the resulting picture. The task that I'm about to give you may sound counterproductive, but I guarantee it will alter your perspective and ultimately make you a better photographer. The next time you purposefully go out to take photographs, don't take your camera. Okay, stick with me on this one. Instead of having to think about making photographs, just look at the world around you, observe life going by, and note down the things that catch your eye. It could be anything from an interesting sign or the way that the light catches a leaf. Doing this without a camera will turn your attention to the most important things when making photographs: light and subject. As the pressure to take photographs melts away, it will give you the permission to be more observant, more engaged, more attentive, and ultimately, and most importantly, more relaxed. Don't let your camera hold you back. Release yourself from the pressure of making photographs and become more instinctive. Find interesting things in ordinary places and give yourself the permission to see them through your own eyes and not the eyes of the camera. Now, if you've been thinking of upgrading your camera equipment, then why not check out this video to help you make a decision? And if you're interested in this philosophical stuff surrounding photography, then binge on this playlist here. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.